spiritual, political tea chats. Oh man. Oh man. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna have some truth and some wisdom. What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. We are looking at the Queen of Swords. So let's get it. That's going to be a theme of our day. We're going to be looking at things with wisdom, objectivity, sharpness, discernment. In other words, we're going to cut through it all and get to it. So, really quick housekeeping. If you are wanting a reading, for those of you on TikTok, there is a menu right here. For those of you who are on other platforms, you should, well, I'm going to put the ticker up because I just realized I did not. So there is a ticker up that tells you how you can get one. Hey, Maria. What's up, Brandy? All right, it's 6 o'clock. Hey, Zoe. What's up over there in South Africa? Oh my goodness. We have so much. I have so many things written and I don't know what we're going to get through over the course of this next 2 hours. So many things written. Hey, Moni. Hey, Brandy. All right. So we just mixed it up a little bit here. I'll probably have to put a new candle in there in a little bit. All good, all good? Okay. Today is the 21st. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. I have so many things written down. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I have written down. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It could be nothing. Could be something we don't even know about yet. Let's see what happens. All right, because it's already been a time. You know, it's already been a time. Hey, Janine. All right, so some things I want to look at. I want to go ahead and look at the remove the regime thing that's going on right now. I think it started yesterday, so the 20th to the 22nd. It is really bad taste, bad timing for whomever to have posted that post, calling for sedition, or calling, like, whomever, because you know I don't believe he's posting his own stuff. Oh my goodness. And you got the vets there. They've been there since yesterday, and you want to come out with this? Oh. So we're going to take a look at the, hey, Kitty Prisons. We're going to take a look at the remove the regime weekend, essentially. So I want to look at that. Hey, Lee. Hey, Mr. GMT. So I have a couple of things I want to look at. I want to look at whether or not we're going to be pardoning the orange man. Is that what he's looking for? Ooh, 6-hour infusion day, girl. So that means you're with me all day. Well, at least for the next 2 hours, because, you know, my kids got to go to school. All right. So are we going to pardon the orange man? I want to look at that. I also want to look at the energy of the remove the regime weekend. I want to look at, are we going to war? I also want to look at Kavanaugh. I want to see if he's going to remain in his seat. Elon has popped his head back out. The gopher has resurfaced. So I want to look at that. I want to look at the energy of the documents. Are we going to be seen within the next 30 days? I also want to look at Thune, because Thune is doing some things. You know what I mean? Hey, Andromeda. Thune is doing his thing, and that's interesting. I want to look at Mikey J again, because we are 2 days on. I didn't come on yesterday. So it's been 2 days since we read them. I also want to look at this woman that y'all are obsessed with, that I can't even stand to listen to, Candace Owens. So we're going to look at that. I don't know why, but white women love her. Most black women don't, because she's a sellout. She's a sellout, plain and simple. I also want to look at vodka country, because apparently they got some new toys. So they did another strike on the blue and yellow place. And if you notice, it's been a long time since they've done any devastating strikes. That's because they were broke as shit. But now they have new toys. And I was watching Libby, and she got that we gave them the new toys by route of possibly the Saudis, which would make sense because the drones we were supposed to send to the blue and yellow place all of a sudden went to Saudi for some reason. And Saudi are friends with the vodka people who now have new toys. All right, so I'm thinking of looking at all of those. We're going to see what we can get out of here in these next 2 hours. Do y'all have anything else that you would like to look at today? We're going to start with the remove the regime, since that's going on right now. And, you know, a lot of people are headed there. It's Friday, so they'll be there for tomorrow's parade. So let's take a look at that. All right, so foundationally, y'all, we are looking at the 7 of Wands. Not too bad. So this is going to be challenge, competition, defense, perseverance, courage. And I love this because if we look at the saying on here, it says stand firm in your convictions and defend what you believe in. That's exactly what this thing is about, right? So 7 of Wands. Are you throwing with me at the same time, Andromeda? 7 of Wands. So to me, this really is, what do you call it? The signifier of, or significator of the whole thing. Remove the regime. So this is definitely about standing your ground on your convictions and whatnot. So I do like this. Oh, it did. Okay. Let me see if this light helps better. I was just trying not to kill myself here with these lights. Okay. Just really quickly, y'all. We are now in Live Fest for the next almost 2 weeks. So instead of roses, for those of you who like to send roses, can you please just fulfill what's up here in the goal area? They are exactly the same weight as roses. Well, no, they're exactly the same cost, like a penny for roses. Oh, all of these. But they have a greater weight than that. You got that knowing, Claire? All right, so this is really interesting because I was trying to do a spread, and these cards are like, no, girl, let's keep going. Let's just go. So, well, it's really interesting. So like I said, we are looking here at the fact that we are trying to stand our ground. We are trying to stand up for what we believe in. And so that's good. However, we do kind of have a bit of a challenge here where we are up against some, and I would say this is kind of like that oligarchical card, right? I would say this is kind of the fat cats sitting up there in DC. Yes. So this is that smug satisfaction. You see their arms are crossed. They're like, you can't get to me, that kind of thing. So that is kind of the challenge to the fact that we're trying to unseat them, right? So we're looking at that they are, you know, they got their little material comforts and they got their little satisfaction, but that's okay, baby. Because what's going to happen is you wooed your MAGA people in the past. Okay? You wooed them in the past. They fell for your junk. They sipped from the cup, the Kool-Aid, the Charles Manson, or whoever it was that led them to David Koresh. No, wrong person. Led them to their own demise and took us along with them. That was in the past. All right, y'all. So That means there is a separation. There is a real live separation between those boys who used to ride or die for their orange daddy and him. So there's a greater separation now. That's good. That's good. That bodes well pretty much for the energy. So what's happening in DC right now is the remove the regime parade. Okay. And so there are a lot of vets that are there, and they are they've been spending the weekend. So from the 20th to the 22nd, the 22nd is the actual parade. The 21st, which is today, is some education type of stuff. And also, you know, people getting together and chatting, because that's going to be a big deal. So right now we're looking good. We're looking good. Let's go here to this card that came out, which is the Eight of Pentacles, and it came out in the reverse. So the Eight of Pentacles, we are looking at, we're looking at, let's see, this is some mediocrity, right? So this is definitely a mediocrity thing. This is the overarching energy. So this is over all of it. Okay. And so we're looking at some shoddy work. We absolutely are. And you know we are, because they sucked at government. Like, it's just not working. So we're looking at some shoddy work that's going on. I'm gonna just get rid of this. But you guys know how we do up in here. We got to get the 10K likes before we get to personals. Yeah, so this is going to be the overarching energy here. And the good thing about this is very apparent. The fact that it's the overarching energy is saying that everybody knows. Like, this is not some secret. We're no longer being crazy. Like, they really are sucking at their job. And on top of that, y'all, there really is, you know, lack of focus is on here as one of the key words, but it's lack of focus and his inability to learn. And you would think, since this is not his first rodeo, this is his second rodeo, he would have learned some shit. But the only thing he learned how to do was grift us harder. Not hide it better. Grift us harder. Because he's sloppy as shit right now. And then putting, what that boy name is, Mueller, behind the mic, basically, on his social platform, or having a social platform taken from him, because I do believe there is some elder abuse going on, and we can look at that in a little bit. That was a huge mistake, because that dude he ain't rap tight. Like, he ain't rap tight at all. What y'all call him, Volder Miller? He is not rap tight at all. That boy got a personal vendetta with some shadow from his past. All right, so let's look at, let's now look at what is going to be the lesson to be learned. What are we supposed to learn with this thing? What is a lesson to be learned during this remove the regime parade? Good morning, Candy. Energetic. Oh, yes. Millers they cut down trees. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Ooh. Okay. The lesson to be learned. Whew. This is really interesting, because this is the King of Swords. And the second I looked at it, the thing that popped in my head was, this is the people. We need to remember that we're the ones in charge. We need to remember that they do work for us. We need to remember that we can kick their behinds out of the office, right? Yeah, it's the Capitol's subway, or the subway that's under the Capitol, that was on fire. And I'm pretty sure that was deliberate, because people are going into the Capitol and they get there by their subway, because I remember taking it in 6th grade. But I would definitely say that the lesson to be learned is to remember, like, let's not fall for this stuff no more. Okay? We're the ones who choose. We're the leaders. And it's supposed to be all of us together, not one-sided, not any of that. Like, we're all supposed to be together. Again, having discussions, compromise, you know, having opposing views, but figuring out how to work together. That's what we're supposed to be doing, and yet we are not. So this is the lesson to be learned. And I am really, really hoping that from this point forward, we do learn this lesson, because I don't know why somebody thinks that they have the right to tell everybody, 330 million people, to live like them. Like, that makes no doggone sense to me. So we need to remember that we are the leaders. We are the actual authority here. We just hire them. Okay? And we definitely need to be smarter, because that's also what those swords are about. They're about our own wisdom. But to be a true leader is to be wise. You know, people think leadership is just to be the one in charge. You can be dumb as F and be the one in charge, and you would not be the leader at all, besides just title, right? This is why a lot of businesses fail, or why a lot of turnover are in businesses, because you got a lot of people with a leader title, but they are not a leader at all. All right, so let's get here into the outcome. So what's going to be the outcome of this? What's going to be the outcome of this? Is that really it? What's very interesting is, of these 6 cards that I have here, the emotional image, I mean, the cups are the most prevalent. There are one of every other element, but there are 3 cups. So this is an emotional time for us, and emotions are going to be a little high when we are dealing with this weekend there in DC, because we got a cup in the past, we have a cup as a challenge, and now we have a cup as an outcome. And the outcome's not so sweet. So what could happen right now is that sometime this weekend, we can be dealing with other people's immaturity. And this is a page. Now, a page is, you know, supposed to be a student or something of that nature. However, we're dealing with a lame duck now, right? He's essentially a lame duck already. I mean, he couldn't stop us from signing this thing, right? And speaking of signing, has anybody seen a video of him signing that bill? Anybody seen him with his big old Sharpie and his little 6-year-old boy smile? Anybody seen him signing that thing? No, I don't think so, right? So I'm very curious who actually signed it, or if it got signed at all. Or did somebody get to wield the electric pen? Okay, we'll save that question for next. Let me write that down. Hey, next. Let's see, electric pen or auto pen. Let's see if that's the thing that actually happened. Okay. So the outcome feels like there can be some tension here. We could be dealing with some tension. And this is interesting because I keep shuffling. I'm not somebody who just pulls cards one after another. I'm not in that space yet as a reader. However, when I pulled out this emotional immaturity card, the card I do get underneath, okay, the card I get underneath as the energy is this one right here. There are people who are going to be itching for a fight. All right. So we're looking at competition, challenge, and conflict. So there's a very, very high chance that emotional immaturity, I won't say will prevail, but will be present. Okay. So those of you out there in DC, be aware and also understand you're dealing with children. I mean, literally grown children. So don't give in to that. Okay. Just remember they're children and treat them as such. All right. Yes, Candy. We have the remove the regime parade. Okay. And I just want to give this at the end. And this is really interesting because we have a wand as our significator, which is the 7 of Wands. And then we got the energy underneath with the outcome of a 5 of Wands. And now we get a 9 of Wands. And so this is a very good foretelling. All right, we get a very good foretelling. We will be the ones who stand at the end. Beaten, battered, but standing. Okay, so endure. Again, remember to tell them that they need to be in their place. They are children, and children have no business in grown folks' business. Amen. Amen. Remove the regime. All right, so that was good. I like that. I like that energy. So just be aware, be on your lookout, keep your head on a swivel, watch your 6, 9, whatever it is. You know, I don't speak that military language, but watch each other, have each other's back, and treat children accordingly. Amen. Amen. All right. 1. I'm trying to do particular spread so we can move a little faster. Because when I do it by intuition be taking me on a long journey. So I do like trying to check this off. That's right. Make sure that you got each other's 6. Okay. 6, 7. All right. So let's get into pardoned. Whew. There's a high chance that we could be looking at your homeboy negotiating a pardon. There's a very high chance because at this point, having unanimous votes, -1, against him can't feel good if he even knows it happened. Because y'all know how I feel. Okay? Y'all know what I read. Okay? Y'all know what Nix has been saying about your boy. That he ain't even out the room, much less sitting at a desk. Y'all understand that we have been seeing AI for the longest. Because I'm over here looking for pictures of him signing. I'm looking for videos of him signing. I can't find nothing about him signing. So you know what that means to me. That verifies exactly what we've been seeing. So, that said, he's supposed to be meeting Mom Donnie at some point. We'll see. Because one thing Mom Donnie ain't going to do is lie about that. We'll see. Okay. So let's get into this pardon. Let's look at the energy of, is that what we're working on? And are we going to get that? Hey, Stacy. Y'all make sure to tap it up so we can get to y'all personals today. So we got to get to the 10K. And I got plenty of time. If I do these energy reads this way with these little 6 cards, we're going to keep it moving. So I want to keep it moving. Tap it up so we can get that 10K. Yes. Let's go. All right. So in today's energy is the orange man trying to bargain for a pardon. But that's interesting. Who is he going to ask? Because if we can, and we possibly can get them for, sedition themselves, aka treason. Where is my Constitution? I need to read that exact definition again because they literally adhere to the definition. I don't know where I put that book. Hello, cutie. Where are you? Gosh, the wording is so hard. All right, so let me pull up this wording exactly as it is. What is it? Amendment 2, Section 4. Okay. Okay, so first of all, it's Section 3. But Section 4 is the reminder. This is why we actually don't want to go for impeachment. If we go for impeachment, we are going to be stuck with the rest of his cabinet in whatever number 2 does to clear it out, right? Or to rearrange it, or to make sure he has people that he can trust in there. So, because Article 2, Section 4 says that if the president is impeached for treason, the vice president and all civic officers, meaning the entire cabinet, gets removed. So the problem with this is that I'm sorry, I said amendment, Article 2, Section 4. But Article 2, Section 3 is where it gets tricky because it is an exact definition that has to be followed to the letter. So Article 2, Section 3 says, again, it's exact. So we can't even change it. We can't go, but like it literally has to be exact. Am I talking about the right one? Hold on. Article 2, Section 3. I need my book. Where is my book, child? This is why y'all need to get your own constitution. I need to put that on here. Y'all need to have a copy of your constitution so that you can argue people down on Thanksgiving. You're like, listen, I read my book. Let's see, legislative role. Let me see. Article about treason. Let me just say that. Because why am I looking on the government website? I don't trust them. Article about, which one is it? Do y'all remember? Article about treason. Because I get them all confused. Because I need to watch my own video again. So, okay, Article 3, Section 3. There we go. Article 3, Section 3. Okay, so Article 3, Section 3. Again, we have to go by the exact wording, and that's what makes it difficult, because the exact wording makes it really hard to actually get someone on treason. But we might have a chance to do that, especially thanks to those emails, because those emails, well, there are some people already that we can get for treason, such as if that man wasn't dead, we could get him for sure. But that also means that we can get Bannon more than likely, because it will fit pretty much exactly what the actual article states. So it says exactly this: treason against the United States shall consist only, and there's our key word, only in levying war against them. So treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them. Now, that's where I think there is a little bit of leeway, because what constitutes war? If you have a good constitutional lawyer, you may be able to finagle that one as to what is a war. Because, right, we had a Cold War. I'm sure they didn't have that in the 1700s. So I think we have a chance to play with that word war. But it also says, or in adhering to their enemies. So who would be our enemies? Well, Vodka Country, for one, was our enemy when he became our friend. Okay? So, giving them aid and comfort. Again, if we can prove how our machinery got to Vodka Country when it was supposed to be going to Blue and Yellow Country, whoever did that is guilty of sedition, treason. Okay, but here's the sticker. Here's the really hard rub on this. It says, no person shall be convicted unless on the testimony of two witnesses. So you have to have two people who have seen the same exact act. You can't see somebody see the first part and somebody see the second part. They got to see the whole thing together. Or there has to be an open confession in court, like, you can't handle the truth, which I doubt we'll get, okay? Because these people lie for breakfast. So that's why treason is actually really, really, really hard, because there are several conditions. It's only if they're levying war against us, or if we're helping our enemies levy war against us. Like, did we give them aid? Did we give them comfort in order to levy war against us? So providing people with weaponry when they're not our allies, that's a problem. But you have to figure out who did it. And the one thing about Sticky Stanky Man is that he's so good at getting other people to do his work. And I don't know why people don't ever think about that. Because, and y'all see it, the villain hardly ever does the work himself. He always gets everybody else. And for people in this second regime to be, I'll be different than the first one, you a dumbass. Anywho, but let's see. But that's the only thing. Like, we have to get him for treason in order to not have the secession. We have to get him for treason, for there to be no fancy pants, for there to be no Mikey J, for there to be no, who's next? Is that Thune or somebody? For there to be no Rubio. So we got to get him for treason. And that's hard. But apparently, those files are not about diddling little boys. I mean, or little girls. I'm sure it might have something to do with little boys. But the files are beyond the diddles. The files are really about the treason. Because have y'all actually read those emails? Have you actually seen the emails? Everybody's like, oh my God, Bubba, Bill. No, did you read the threads? They've been on a takedown for the last 10 years. And then some. Bannon especially. They pushed Kavanaugh through because they needed him to take down a certain case, which he did 6 years after that email. Good morning, Christy. Don't get distracted. It's my turn to say that now. Because y'all be like, think about the victims. Listen, the victims going to get their day. But have you noticed the treason happening in the emails? That's the part y'all got to actually start paying attention to. We already know there was salacious, sexy things going on. But and I don't mean sexy as in, I mean sexy as in just trying to beat this thing here. But that's not the interesting part. We already know he's in it. And that's not the interest. Like, who needs even proof that he's in it? When we have court cases, his own words, the pictures we have seen so far, the way he treats his own daughter. Do we really need to see him in the Epps file? We already caught him in a lie several times. I didn't know that man. Nah, that was just your bestie. He called you his bestie. Oh, I ain't never been to the island. That's why home girl said you were there. There he is. King of Cups in the reverse right now. Homeboy trying to manipulate, but you going down. Matter of fact, let's keep that. Is that going to be the significator? Yep. All right. So that's who we're dealing with right now. He's trying to do some emotional damage to the people who don't even care anymore because he's a lame duck. He's a lame duck and he's a dumb F that rhymes with lame duck. Okay? I don't know why y'all put that man back in office. Even with all the shenanigans abound, some of y'all still said, yep, that's my man. Like, what are you doing? Like, for real, just gaslighting. Like, honestly, he is so textbook, it's ridiculous. Okay. So let's look at this here. So like I said, this right here is what's going on right now. He is trying his best. We're trying to see if he's going to get no, he's not. We're trying to see if he's going to get a pardon. But here's the thing. The liar is going to be bumped on the head with truth. No, he's not. This is the energy underneath all this thing. People know the truth and you going to keep lying? People know the truth and you're going to keep pouring gas on water? I'm sorry, baby. You no longer can set flames to shit. You have lost your firepower. Okay? So, what's going on then? Well, the challenge is here. Is this the one? Yes. So the challenge is this right here. So the challenge is the negativity, the setbacks, the delays, because things have taken so long and he was supposed to already have this wrapped tight. Things have taken so long that he's not succeeding at this. The people have seen who he is for the most part. The idiots will still be the idiots, but the rest of the people, including the people who woke up, thank you to MTG. I can't believe I said that sentence. But she got the last little bit we needed to get. Every time I went into prayer, every time I went into meditation, every time I went into channeling, it was like, hold on, there's a few more. Hold on, there's a few more. But with the way she is moving, serving her purpose, the way she is breaking the hold over some of the other ones, the way she has apologized, therefore giving other people a way to apologize themselves. She's like, I was just taken in. And they're like, you know what? Me too. She's gathered the last that we needed. Because y'all feel that energy shifting. I'm sure y'all feel that energy shifting. If you don't, then you need to go take a bath. You might got too much of that dirt on you, that orange dirt on you, because you should be feeling it before it even touch you. All right. So in the past, here's the thing. In the past, and this is really interesting, because what is highlighted for me is the word compromise. We're looking at the Two of Swords, right? And it was like balance and choices and difficult decisions. So this looks like somebody with inner turmoil. But in the past, that is who he was. He had owed vodka country. But guess what? He'd also owed the other countries. And then he also owed the people who had more compromise on him. Because you see that word right there? Compromise sounds like it's supposed to be give or take. But in his case, it's exactly what he is. Compromised. So in the past, his dumbass allowed himself to be compromised. Why? Because he needed money. Why? Because his daddy didn't want to give him any more. Why? Because he failed at doing a casino, and just his daddy bailing him out with money was illegal. Nobody's supposed to bail you out with a casino. That's like absolutely illegal. Okay? So now we're looking at the current energy. Woo! The current energy with him is lack of leadership, y'all. Oh my goodness. The Queen is here. So this is the Queen of Wands. Lack of leadership. Insecurity. Oh, your throne is upside down, sir. Matter of fact, excuse me. Your throne is upside down, ma'am. Because apparently you like to give people favors. Whoever Bubba is. So you are no longer in the leader male seat anymore. You have been demoted, unfortunately. That's what a queen is compared to a king. In patriarchy, on a chessboard, she's more powerful than him. Oh, and he's not Leo. He's a Gemini. All right. So, unfortunately, but I do think Gemini boys are kind of crazy. I'm a Gemini girl. I can't not date a Gemini boy. I did it. Tried it. All right. So this is where we're sitting at right now in the current. He has lost his ability to lead. He is literally a lame duck. Okay. The cat ain't even paying attention to him. All right. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Oh, wow. And why? Because, babes, you are greedy. You are material. And you will not get to fulfill your desires. All right. So now let's take a look at what is his lesson to be learned. Because we're trying to see if he's going to get a pardon. But right now, it don't look like it. It looked like that sword of truth. That was the underlying energy. Says no. But let's see what this comes out and says here. Sorry, babes. Guess what? Which one comes first? This one? Yes. So the lesson to be learned is sha-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. It's time for you to move on, sir. We are done with you. You are no longer the leader. You have spilled your cups. You can't sit at the table no more. You are now a leper. Nobody want to be with you. You stink on top of that. And now they don't even have to pretend like you don't. Okay? And then what's the outcome? We're looking at the Six of Cups. Things are in the past. Your greatness is gone. Where you were the leader is now gone. You have been reduced to childhood. You have, as Shakespeare says, all the world is a stage, and you have 7 parts. And that 7th part is you returning to infancy, which he is now doing because nobody is paying attention to him. Okay, so interestingly enough, guess what? Half of his reading is all cups. half of his reading is all cups. All right. And so, like we said, the truth is going to bunk him on the head, and that's it. He's over with. So will he get a pardon? Nope. 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 You are not Nixon, sir. Nixon lied. You stole. There's a difference. There's a difference. You stole, you killed, you lied, there's a difference. There is a difference. All right. So, moving right along. Okay, we're almost at 10K. We're almost halfway there. When we get to 10K, we will be doing our personal readings. And personal readings, as I said, there is a menu over here. You may choose from that menu. And for those of you on other places and other things, you have your choice and the ticker that's at the bottom. All right. Also, just a quick note, for those of you, too many sides to be redeemed, for real. He played way too many. For those who are interested in an offline reading, you need to click my face, click it again, and then click the hyperlink. And that's going to take you to a place where you can grab my live only special. Okay. And that's going to be a personal reading with you and me and Zoom for 30 minutes. Okay. Otherwise, you can buy the bigger package. That's a lot more fun. All right. So, moving right along. So far, remove the regime looks good. Keep going. Remember, any of your opposition, they're children. Treat them like children. Remind them that they need to stay out of grown folks' place. They want to start a fight, tell them to go sit in the corner, sit in timeout for a few minutes. And when they feel like being nice, they can come back out. You got to treat them how they really are, babies. All right? Will the orange man get a pardon? So far, it looks like hell no. Let's move right on. Oh, let's go with the energy right now. Well, okay. Let's do the military real quick, because it's been like 2 or 3 days since I read on them. Listen, have y'all noticed how many times he's insulted the military in just these last 10 months? What? Wow. Okay. I think I counted 9 times. 9 times. All my Ferris Bueller friends. 9 times he has insulted the military by using them as pawns in his game against the people. Not against our enemies. Against the people of this country. And the fact that, like, we clocked it. Like, wait, are you waging war on us? Like, wait, hold on. I don't think that's how this go, dude. Wait a second, what are you doing? Clocked it. From January to April. April was like, all right, hands off. June, all right, double hands off. Then it was no kings, no kings, no kings, no kings. Whoa, child, hold on. Who's throwing that out? Oh, look, he showed back up. No kings, no kings, no kings. Look, we have broken up. You are not with us. You can't sit with us. That was in the past. We're not doing this no more. Accidentally invaded. What you mean accidentally? Wait, I lost my voice. You can't hear me? What you mean accidentally? Girl, he thought he was gonna run up on that woman. What you mean accidentally? I was out. I want to make sure I didn't drop a card, like, because you know some things be slick. What you mean accidentally? Girl, he tried. Good morning, Kim. Okay, good. All right, y'all. Oh, yes, please get your Daily Heart Me. And also during Live Fest, there's like some points and some system or something like that. So if you get your Daily Heart Me, make sure that you comment right afterwards so you can grab these points. Also, being that it's Live Fest, all my gifts are about Live Fest. All right. So that means for $99, you get the yes, no. For $2.99, you get 2 cards. So we're going to do the situation thing. And for the $29, $299. You're going to get the full reading. Okay? So, all right. I think that was agreement. Okay? And then if you just want to like give me like a tip, so to speak, like a penny's tip, we got this little goal thing right here. If you help me fill my goal, that'd be really, really nice, because that will tell the ticky tabby that what we're doing is interesting. And please let other people see it. Wait a second. They accidentally landed on a Mexican beach and started posting DOD signs. But what do you mean accidentally? I heard they were going to try to go in anyway. I like literally heard that about like 2-3 weeks ago. What? Accidentally? I need to get my laptop, but it's all the way over there. Accidentally? Accidental Mexican invasion. What you mean accidental? But you know what? They are stupid. Okay. Oh, this is recent. Pentagon Pete. Child, the Daily Beast calls him Pentagon Pete. Pentagon Pete. Thank you so much, Kim. Light it up, light it up. Hey, hey. They said Pentagon Pete. Cousin Pete. There we go. I was trying to figure out like where I got that from. Like Cousin Pete. Pentagon Pete. Pentagon Pete's war goons accidentally invade Mexico. Armed members of the Mexican Navy arrived to investigate their accident. But it's not an accident. I'm telling you, I heard like a couple weeks ago that they were going to go into Mexico, that they were preparing to go into Mexico. So I don't think there was a mistake. I really don't. Talking about they miscalculated the border. No, they didn't. Because they said, no, they literally said they were going to go in. They literally said they were going to go in like just a couple weeks ago. And she said, no, the F you not. So the fact that they went in, that's not an accident. Mm-mm. Matter of fact, let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's see if Nick's want to talk. We're going to pause on these energy readings right quick. Oh, wait. Should I do that first and then get to the military energy reading? Okay. All right. I'll do that. Pentagon Pete. That's what we're going to call him. We're going to call him Pentagon Pete. Oh, my God. So there's this girl on here. She's like doing I don't know if she's one of us Aspie people, but she's doing a deep dive into, I call him Keg's breath, but she's doing a deep dive into 9/11. And they were talking about how the one who went to the Pentagon was supposed to be, now mind you, he could have played it off with his flight instructor, but he was noted by his flight instructor that he couldn't fly a plane and that he should never fly a plane because he sucks at it. And they were like, he's really terrible at flying a plane and he should never fly one. Well, he just so happens to be the one who went to the Pentagon. Y'all have to, okay, it's in my repost. Y'all have to watch that. Because, you know, I just never thought, I know racism is one thing, right? But racism aside, I never thought this government would be so heinous against its own people. And to cover up the military missing $2 trillion that they could not prove. Like, it was literally, like, y'all have to watch the video. Because she even has, like, all the different, videos and stuff. So, like, the day before 9/11, one of the accountants or whoever that works for the Pentagon had just announced that they couldn't find $2 million. Not million, trillion. $2.3 trillion were missing from the defense fund. And the next day, that plane hit directly at his office by the guy who couldn't fly a plane. And they were saying this guy went nosedived, went into a corkscrew spiral tailspin, and aimed directly at that office. And that office was also where all the rest of the new department of accountants, because the accountants were going to find the $2 trillion. I'm like, is the country that heinous against its own people? I don't have more words. Okay. All right. So, you know what? I don't want to ask that right now, but because that's going to take me on a whole different thing. But let's see. Hey, Nix. Onyx. Can we ask you a question? Can we ask you a question? Okay, Onyx be down for the politics. All right. So before we get into it, we have a few new people. Can you show us what your yes is? Okay. So you should see really clearly that it's going back and forth. That is Onyx's yes. And I want to make sure it's showing on the other one. Okay, well, it's getting as good as it can get. Oh, wait, I didn't ask you yet. Okay, so Onyx, can you show us what your no is? Well, show us what your no is. Hold still, please. Okay, now show us what your no is. Oh my God, my arm is moving. I'm not on my normal table. Hold on. Show us what your no is, please. Very clearly. Can you make it clearer? Wider, please. Okay, so that is a no. All right, let's get a baseline question. Okay, so baseline is 6 o'clock in the morning, almost 7 in the morning. It is November 21st. So, is this the week before Thanksgiving in America? Is this the week before Thanksgiving in America? Or the week before Black Friday, since it's Friday in America? Okay, so that's back and forth. So that's a yes. All right, thank you, Onyx. Now let's get a no from you. So hold on. Go still, please. Thank you. So weird how this works. All right. So Onyx, am I 6'2"? Am I 6'2" in human measurement? Okay. So you see it went left to right. So I am not 6'2". Had I been, I would have been modeling. All right. So modeling and doing fashion. Hey, Black Girlie, what's up? Okay, so those are the baselines. Let's ask the question. Can we talk about Pentagon Pete right quick? You ready to talk about Pentagon Pete? Okay. So, apparently, we went to Mexico. You can stop now. We went to Mexico. Was that an accidental invasion? Was that accidental? Make your answer loud, please. All right, y'all, that's a no. So it was not accidental. Are we calling it accidental to save face? Are we calling it accident? Yep. Okay. So we're saving face. Was it a test run for an actual invasion plan? Wait, hold on. Stop, please. Was that a test run for an actual invasion plan? Or are we doing a test run to see their response? Yep. Okay, so that's what it was. It was a test run. It was not an accident. The accident was getting caught. Was that an accident to get caught? Or were they trying to deliberately get caught so that they could see the procedure? Were they trying to deliberately get caught? I'm sorry. Stop, please. Okay. Were they trying to deliberately get caught to see the response? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Testing their readiness, testing their abilities, their response, their numbers, their communication, all of that. Because I'm pretty sure they might have been listening also. Okay. So let me ask you this question real quick. This is just a little bit off of this about Pentagon Pete, but I do want to ask you about the U.S. in general, about 9/11. Stop, please. Stop, please. Was 9/11 a false flag? Answer clearly, please. Was 9/11 a false flag? That's crazy. So, if it was a false flag, all right, hold on. So the guy they said was no good at flying, was he actually flying the plane? Was the guy who was said to be no good at flying, was he actually flying that plane? Okay, so he was flying the plane. So was he actually good at flying? Was he great at flying? Wait, stop please before you answer. Okay, was he great at flying? Okay, stop please. Was America and those guys working together? Okay, they weren't working together. Did America make sure they had the opportunity to get those planes? Yes. So was this like a hamstring concert? Was this similar to a hamstring concert by Blue Star State? Was this a similar situation? Yes. Okay. One question here. Was the human monkey aware that it was happening? Was Curious George aware that it was going to happen? Okay, no. Was Dick Cheney aware that it was going to happen? I thought so. That dude was evil as shit. Stop, please. Did Dick Cheney plan it? Did he plan it? Listen, I don't know how people voted for him. When I opened my newspaper, now this is before I realized what kind of gifts I had. I just said, you know, I can read people right. When I opened my newspaper at the time, because y'all know that's what we were using, and I saw a picture of that man, I was like, this dude is evil. This dude is evil. And all I saw was his eyes. I was like, this dude is evil. Bro. That man did some evil shit. Wait. When he shot his friend, was it accidental? That's what I thought. How you accidentally shoot your friend who wearing orange? Like, orange is part of his camo. Yeah, Bush was stunned. I don't think they would have told him because he was stupid, so he might have leaked it. Did Epps have anything to do with that as well? Did Jeffrey have anything to do with it in helping? You know what? Wait. That's a yes, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. If somebody's doing that search for the emails, can y'all see if y'all see anything about Dick or Cheney? I don't know how they would call him. Like what kind of words they would call him. But can y'all see if y'all see anything like that? In addition to them, was Blue Star or Vodka also part of it? In addition to them, was Blue Star or Vodka also a part of it? Yes. Okay. So, did Al Qaeda actually do anything to the World Trade Centers? Did Al Qaeda do anything to the World Trade? And this is interesting. It's like yes, no, yes, no. Oh, this is the wrong area. This is not what I wanted to read on today. Oh my goodness. There's so much fuckery with this country. And people swear we were great. No, I didn't. And if the FBI is involved, then that tells me they're looking for something to bury. Oh my God. Do you remember, Amy, since you watch Libby, do you remember her saying, no, not Libby. Chase? What that man named? Cash. Remember Cash? Do you watch Cash? Have you seen Cash? Cash Peters? Okay. So Cash Peters, I don't really like to watch him. He's like this. I don't think he realizes his own biases. Because your biases can sway the energy of what you're doing. Like I've seen people read tarot cards and they're like, oh my God, the orange man is amazing. And I'm just like, what? Like he did so well in England. They loved him there. What? Okay. You do know when England jokes, you can't tell, right? Anyway, but everybody else who knows English humor was like, oh my God, they insulted the shit out of him. And you're like, what? Yeah, did you see the kind of pin that she wore and the kind of hat she wore? What? You know? But anyway, Cash Peters, I don't know where his reading is that has it. He's said it a couple of times. And this is like before I went, you know what? I don't want to see his videos anymore. Because he really is white man apologist. Not even apologist. He's basically like, to me, what's that lady name? And I'll call her lady for now. But she's really not even a trans. She's still a man. what's the white one with the TV show that moves as if they're not a trans person at all? The rich one of the Kardashians. Yeah, Bruce, Caitlyn, whatever. He don't act like a woman. He just dresses like one. That's what Cash reminds me of. Because Bruce moves like a white man and not at all like a woman. And I don't mean that in a masculine way. I mean it in the entitlement / privilege way. You know, because he was always a star. He was a star athlete, blah, 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 blah. So he gets to move that way, like without like real insecurities and stuff that women grow up with sometimes, most times. You know, because like he was all over in there in Israel, like, you know, whatever. But that's how Cash kind of is. Cash is from the UK, and he'll say things like, the immigration problem is so rampant and horrible here, and we really, I don't even know if he said Brexit was good or bad. Like, whatever, it was like, I don't like this, you know? And then at one point he said something like, you know, the orange man, he really thought he was doing good for the country. I was like, no, he didn't. He was doing good for him. And I don't even say that as an American. I say that as a person with 2 eyes. Like, he's not doing good for the country. Like, what is he doing? Okay, anyway. So I'm like, okay. And he's autistic also, but I'm like, that ain't an excuse because shit, I am. But anyway, he has on one of his readings though, and that's the thing, he's like, when he's not putting in like kind of opinion pieces or whatever, his gift is pictures. Like, gifts are amazing. Gifts are so different for like so many different people. But he sees pictures. He sees things in pictures. And he can draw the pictures. He's like, I went in their energy, blah, blah, blah. And he could draw those pictures. Like when he went into Mary Magdalene's energy, he was like, she was a boss. You know, like that girl came from money. You know, she died like poor or something. No, she didn't die poor. She died like, I forgot what he said, like helping people or whatever. But basically, like, Jesus was her orange man, basically. And she just, whatever. She had more agency than what she's given. And I was like, that's interesting. But anyway, so he's talking about these files. That's the point. And he was talking about these files, and he said he saw them in like a box or a cave or something, and it was underwater, and we would never get to it. So hearing this part of the story is actually like very interesting. What you say about the FBI looking. Oh, really? Wow. I haven't been tapping in for that. That's interesting. That's awesome. Uh-oh, I said all that and I got YouTube recording. Don't show Cash. Okay, anyway, because that's where he is. Thank you for the not GoFundMe. God, what is that called? The Heart Me. But y'all make sure that we don't just do that. Not in here. 1, we get to 10K likes before there are personal questions. And 2, this is the menu for personal questions. But thank you, though. I appreciate it. But all right, y'all. So we're like 30 away from our goal. All right. So where are we? Hold on. That 9/11 took me off. So let's do. Okay. Let's see. Let me ask this question just to back up what we're doing here. All right. Stop. Now, in today's energy, will the orange man be pardoned? In today's energy, will the orange man be pardoned? Okay, that's a no. All right. In today's energy, will the remove the regime parade go off fairly smoothly? In today's energy, will the remove the regime parade go off fairly smoothly? Okay, yes. All right, good. Hey, Patty. All right, so those are the two that we were just verifying. Thank you so much. Let's get into this energy here. Did we finish with Keg's breath? Yes. Yeah. That's wild. I'm pretty upset about the 9/11 thing. Ugh. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, I keep popping these things. I say I'm pretty upset about the 9/11 thing, and look what we got. We get the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings and emotional clarity, so that helps. And then the Queen of Wands, which is confidence, creativity, leadership, passion, warmth. It feels like almost like a, what are you going to do with this information? How can you use your leadership skills to inspire others? I'm not going into politics, so I can't do that. One, I can't do that to my family. And two, I don't like people like that. I do not. I don't like people like that. Go out and kissing babies and stuff. I don't like animals like that either. You need to have a dog. You better get me a cat who's gonna take care of himself. Better get me a fish. If I gotta have a first pet, it needs to be a fish. A goldfish. That way they're replaceable after I kill all of them. Like, we had a goldfish and he literally got like cancer or something. I was like, how do you get cancer? He had a big old bulge. I was like, how did he get that? Was it in the food? Listen, he got free from us. That's what happened. My son killed a bird. My sons were supposed to be was supposed to be taking care of the bird, giving it food and water. And then one day I'm doing my work and all I just heard, and they called the bird Twitter. And one day I was doing the work and I just heard, boom. I was like, what just happened? That bird was turned over. I look in the dish. When I tell you that water dish was bone dry, oh yeah. I almost got them kids. Miss Solo, did you have a question before we get into this next energy read? Listen, and I didn't even want a cat, but the cat chose me. I can't do a bunny. I cannot. Though I've seen people taking bunnies for a walk. There's like this black creator on here, this man. He takes a bunny for a walk around the neighborhood, and the bunny listens. But the cat that we have chose us last December. Okay, just let me know when, if you do. All right, so this man keep coming out. Should I do a health reading on him? Should I do a health energy read on him before we get to... y'all tell me which one you want to go to after this. I have on my list, I have Candace. We're doing the military. So the military is going to be my next one. And then let me know what you want to do after this. We have Candace. We have Thune, because I want to see what's up his sleeve. Wow. I didn't know rabbits were that smart. I was thinking maybe do the energy of the documents and see what's up with those. We have Muskrat back out. I wanted to see Kavanaugh, see what's up with him. We can look at Mikey J again since it's been 2 days and his daddy ain't talking to him, apparently. All of y'all on here, did anybody in here, hey AJ, did anybody in here see that man sign that document? I'm waiting to find a video where that man signed a document in front of a camera. Did anybody see one? How are y'all doing, AJ? Are y'all going smooth? I ain't know rabbits play fetch. Are y'all going smooth, AJ? Yeah, they said he did. So I'm wondering, did he actually, or did they do a pen? Because nobody's seen the document. And if they did the auto pen, that could be insurrection, right? Because I don't think he can sign shit. Unless he signed it in secret and he just, sick and can't come out. Because I'm telling y'all, we ain't seen this man. All right. I'm waiting to see what AJ's answer is. Okay. If you can. It's so-so. Oh, man, AJ. Let me do this right quick. Hold on, AJ. Let me see something. Let me check in on this. For what? What is that? These are my new love cards, y'all. I want to see something right quick. Tell me about AJ and his lady love. Give me the vibe for AJ and his lady love. Is that it? That's interesting. Got another message in there? Okay. Okay. By who? Oh. Okay, Jay. Hey, Jay. Let me just tell you something right quick. Now, you're going to have to tell me if this is true or not, but... Is that? Okay. She does care. She does care for you. Okay? But remember, you got some things to work on. And so you can't just heal by watching her life unfold. So you got to get really busy with yours. Not just in work, but in growing. Okay? And the other part here is protect your energy. You're being watched. And the watch I'm getting is there's someone waiting for y'all to... There's someone waiting for an opening. Okay? So... That doesn't mean she's giving the opening. It's just there's somebody who's trying to play maybe like a friend role, a little concerned friend role or something. They're waiting for an opening. So just be on yours about that. But she does care. Okay? She does care. She does want to work it out. All that makes sense? All right, cool. You're still in a good place, but you got to be doing you too at the same time, okay? Someone's waiting on an opening. Is it with... I get it's with her. But, like, is it just her? Maybe. Okay. I'm going to say maybe. Because I was trying to see if there was someone waiting on an opening with you, but it feels more strongly towards her. Of course, you may have a girl saying, oh, we're just friends. That could be a thing. But I feel like that's what's happening on the other side. Somebody concerned, someone like a bestie, or maybe someone from, oh, yeah, we just grew up down the block together, like something like that. Waiting for an opening because they finally have one. Alrighty. Of the national emergency. Okay, so let's get into this military. Let's get in the military. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, fix the argument. Buy her something to eat and then y'all talk about it. Talk about it. And again, set the parameters of talking. Like, I'm going to listen to you, but I also need you to listen to me, okay? And that's like, y'all gotta set and work on those communication skills. She got to also hear you too, right? About it. So, yeah, he likes her. He? She? Who? Which one is it? Because some of these girls shiesty, boy. Some of these girls shiesty. Okay, I know about that. So she gonna be laying up. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You know, I'm gonna just say she got a little bit of resistance to it because this is my best friend. Okay, but your best friend trying to get between y'all. Stop paying attention. That's cool. But that bestie, yeah. That bestie's a yeah. Alrighty. Military energy. Watch her. Military energy. Let's talk about it. All right, so show me the military. One card. Ooh, it is really interesting you made that mistake. Because I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Are you talking about medicine? But I think you're right. I'm feeling goosebumps about that. Light goosebumps. So I think that was a nice little slip. A nice little autocorrect. Because, you know, them old people be having, a lot of times they be having low blood pressure. And all the medicines he's on? All right, so show me the military, please. Show me the military. Let's get the foundation of the military. Okay, interesting. All right, I gotta sit on this for a second. Oh, that low iron. This is the Emperor. And on one hand, you know, that's like how he wants to see himself. But at the same time, it feels like the military might be stepping back into their own power because they do have order. They do have steps. They do have structure, right? So this feels like because he doesn't have the power anymore, this feels like the military. Through the hand? Through Ivy? All right, so this is the military. Hey, daddy's girl. That's interesting. All right, so what is the challenge for the military in today's energy? What is the challenge for the military? What's the challenge for the military? Can I get one card, like ever? Like, please? Like, ever? Ever. Ever. Can I shuffle and just get one more card? Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because if your blood pressure is low, you're not getting enough to your brain. You're not getting enough blood flow to your brain. Could, you know, give a look of dementia. Okay. Makes sense. So this is a challenge, right? So the military, which is supposed to be our strength of the country, was feeling, or is feeling, because it still is feeling a little weak and a little lack of control over, because they're still asking. That's why that commercial was really good. That commercial, the ad, that PSA, it was very well timed. And I have a very strong feeling that the reason they did it is because we had the release of information that they were seeking legal counsel. So with their strength, this is the challenge, right? Because there's some that are still like that. But I think that PSA was like, we've been where you are. We're now the law. And we're now telling you it's okay. Yeah, they were seeking that support, right? And so that PSA really helps. And the fact that this man, whichever man, because I still think it was Boulder Miller, the fact that this man highlighted it, basically, like he posted it himself and then put the words in it. Like, oh, this is sedition or whatever. Baby, you just gave everybody the opportunity to look at it because I didn't even know it was out. I never even seen it. So I don't follow Chris Murphy or whoever posted it. So thanks. Now I know about it. And then I watched it. Okay. That's interesting. It definitely wasn't an accident. Yep. Because they answered that question these people had and it got elevated. It definitely wasn't. But all right. So in the past, though, they were dutiful. Whatever they needed to do. Hey, Lisa. Whatever they needed to do to, be the best soldier, climb the ranks, get their GI Bill, whatever it was they needed to do, they were going to do. Just tell me what you want me to do. I'm going to do it. Okay. So they had that romance with the country, the romance with the military. We like, it's a fraternity basically, that allows women also. All right. So let's look here at, what's the current energy now? Oh, I forgot to look at the bottom, but let's see. We'll see the current energy. What's the current energy? Don't forget to grab y'all daily heart me. And again, I'm in live fast, you guys. I'm in live fast. And so as a person in live fast, I really need your help. We got some things to get. And I have posted them all as viewer wishes. I'm trying to see something because I'm supposed to be putting this live fast thing on my head. I'm not going to do that today. I'll do that on another video that I do tonight. Yep. Whoop, whoop. All right. So, let's see. Oh, we're at 12K. So we can do personal readings now. So if you want personal readings, here's my menu. One card, one yes, no card is going to be 99 coins. So that's like 99 cents. A 2-card situation is going to be $2.99. So that's about what it equals. The full card is going to be $29.99. And that's about what it equals. So those are right there. And if you want to take this offline and have a conversation for 30 minutes, I do have a special that's running. And that is this information here. You don't have to click that thing. You could just do the information, what it tells you to do. Okay. Thank you for getting your daily hot me, girl. Also, if you see the vote thing, please vote me. Please, please, please vote me. Because I am like, I don't know where I am. I'm pretty low on this thing. Also, I have these. So instead of roses or anything, please tap the goal and fill that up. I would really strongly appreciate it. What's announced on the site? His ejection is always projection. What are you talking about? The thing that he just signed? All right, so what are we talking about? All right, so let's get into the current energy for the military. Current energy, especially after all of this BS. And then he talked about sedition. And he said that against vets. Because that's the other part, y'all. They weren't just Congress people. They were vets themselves. So you threaten vets with treason? What? And you said, and this is what I'm saying. This is why I know this is Boulder Miller. Because that's some unhinged shit. And Boulder Miller is unhinged. Unhinged. Okay? Thank you, Lisa. That helps me so much. All right. So what's the current energy of the military? Especially after this 9th or 10th insult to them. First, he tried to put Marines in California. Oh, I like the way. Okay. But what I don't like, first of all, y'all, I have, out of the 5 cards I flipped so far, 4 major arcana. Okay? Out of 5 cards I flipped. All right, so we got a dual thing going on with, and the underlying energy of the current position in this card right now is the anxiety. They are being kept up at night. They're worrying about what can they do. Okay? Lisa. Listen. I was just going to say, I think the whole universe have I was just going to say, I think the whole universe having a Okay, hold on. Let me make sure my thing is plugged in, and then I'll tell y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what these cards are, and then I'll tell you about them in a second. These are our current situations. So y'all see 2 major arcana that came out. All right, 1 second, because for my 10% to come up, that means this thing isn't plugged in. Okay. Alrighty. It became law, but you can't see it, right? You said. Really quickly, I'm putting in my shopping cart so y'all can see what I'm working with here. I'm working here. Excuse the Adderall. I mean, the non-Adderall. I was supposed to take it and I forgot. I'm putting what I'm working with. Ooh. Okay. 1111, make a wish. I can't wait till I get my necklace. Ah. Ave Maria. Sorry. Didn't want to hurt your ears. My bad. I'm trying to find. Okay. So you should now see all the cards. Okay. So the ones that I'm working with right now, for anybody who's like wanting to learn how to read these cards, you can look at that and see. They're up there now. You can't see it. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this. So this is the current energy. This is the current energy right now. And so what we're dealing with is 1, the justice. So the current energy is, yeah, it's time to get him out, because this man breaking the law over and over and over again. Okay? But we still have some of that fear. And if you notice, this high priestess, like I said, she's in the reverse. You know, it's interesting though. Actually, hold on. Because at first, the lack of understanding had jumped out, and then I just got a correction. It was like, no, that's not what I wanted you to see. Y'all see that? The deception and the hidden agendas. On one hand, you can read it about him, and this is why they think justice needs to be met. But on the other hand, this is them, because it's not a negative. They do have hidden agendas, and they are operating with deception, because they have to fool them. So I'm getting not yet movement, but definitely the discussions. And it feels like, I want to say acceptance of what they got to do. And I really do think that PSA helped. Okay, so let's look at the outcome here. What's going to be the outcome? What is the outcome in today's energy for the military? Boom. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. This is interesting though, because this is the underlying energy, which is the Two of Pentacles. You must balance out. Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting, because it's like, how do I balance my duty with my duty? You know, but the outcome is the Eight of Pentacles, y'all. The outcome is the Eight of Pentacles, which means, baby, this hard work is going to pay off. This man ain't going to strip us of our stuff. He's not going to use us as a pawn anymore. We're going to put in that work. And as soon as I saw this, I immediately thought of that vision I had that I shared with you guys not too long ago. Nobody else has seen it because I have not posted it online because I was advised not to. In case other people, even though I'm a very teeny tiny small creator, like teeny tiny, like I don't even break 100 people in my lives. Okay, Andromeda, but you never know who they're watching, right? So like there was this guy who only had like 17 people watching his videos, and one of those people just so happened to be Oprah. He didn't know it. And then all of a sudden he has his career because he was a relationship coach and she loved what he was talking about. Not Oprah, somebody who worked for Oprah. And she brought him to Oprah. And he had a relationship coach career after that. So anyway, the whole point is they're going to put in this work. They are putting in this work. They are putting in this work. So it feels like no movement, but there is movement. They're making sure these plans are laid out diligently, that the plans are exact because they are going to execute it. And I immediately thought of that team that I heard you. It's funny because I see, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, woo. Okay. Let me tell you. So the team that I see, they have a 6 in their name. Shh. Don't say it out loud. So if you notice, there are 6 of these things showing, and they're working on the other 2. And I heard again, go, go, go. So I think they are planning this so perfectly because they just might go for Article 3, Section 3. That means they can prove it. That means they can prove it. There must be something in the unreleased that can prove it. Let me ask next. Hold on. Hold on, people. Hold on. We're lucky. We have 50 more minutes together because I got a whole list of people to talk about. Again, if you want your own private reading, menus right here. Help me out with my Live Fest gift because these are not the normal prices. I charge twice for each of these, twice that. Okay, so you can get there right now because I need these Live Fest points. Okay. Will it take the whole... That's what they have to do. That's what they have to do, Leah, because if you go to one and they found out you got one, what they're going to do? Because y'all remember when we read earlier, like say about Pentagon Pete, when we read earlier about Pentagon Pete is going to sing. How will he get to sing? If they're all caught at the same time, he's going to sing because he thinks somebody else might sing. I'm going to sing first. You know what I mean? All right, so let's take a look at this here. Let's ask Nix what's up. Okay. Let me try putting my hand on this box. All right, Nix. You know you like to be part of our political tea. I should have made some tea. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it next. Okay. Okay. So, has the military made up their mind? Has the military now made up its mind? Has the military now made up their mind? There it is, y'all. That's the yes. Okay. Oh, it's a swinging yes. Okay. Let's see. Hey Maddie, are they going to take out multiple people at once? Will they take out multiple people at once? Thank you, Alyssa. Oh, snap. Hey, I don't even know what that is. Thank you. Let me see what that is. Okay. So, by the way, y'all, the answer was yes. Ooh, and goosebumps to follow. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, did the PSA that was released assuage their fears? Did the PSA that was released work to assuage their fears or to allay their fears? Yes, it did. Okay. Is the takedown coming before the winter solstice? Will the takedown come before the winter solstice? Take down, shake down, what it? Okay. Which one is it? Huh. Okay, let me ask it more clear. Woohoo! The people around them will give them up so fast. Yes, Lord. But some of y'all weren't around. I literally had a vision of what's going to go down. Is the takedown happening within the next 6 weeks? Will the takedown happen within the next 6 weeks? We're in circles. Okay, so they haven't decided when. All right, so are we still in planning stage? Strategic planning stage? Are we still in strategic planning stage? Why are we going in circles? I don't mean to walk around it. Y'all see that? The circles. What does that mean? It is contingent, yeah. Okay. So are you giving me circles because it's contingent upon other things falling in place? Are you giving me circles because it's contingent upon other things falling in place? Okay, yes. So easy. Like when I heard they moved on base, I was like, that was dumb. I'm dead ass. I was like, that's dumb. And then I went, ooh, okay, I like the way you're thinking, girl. That's dumb. Like, are you serious? Okay, we did ask that question before, but we'll ask it again, Leah. But the answer before was yes. So let's check that. Thank y'all for getting y'all daily hot me's. Okay. I was like, that was dumb. I would not have moved on campus, essentially. I wouldn't have moved on base. Ain't no way. Because that's dumb. Oh, y'all, thank you for helping me complete the first stage. That was dumb. Okay. So we're gonna get to your reading in just a second, Alyssa. Give me a second. Let me ask this question and then we'll move on. Take down, shake down, baby. All right. So just to get it very clear, I mean, I was like, that's dumb. But I don't see them getting picked off at the base. I see them getting picked off in a meeting. But I don't know if that's going to happen anymore because unless they do it without him, because I think they're sick. I mean, I think he's sick. Okay, hold on. I mean, like supermarket sweep kind of takedown. It is. And those files did help, but well, the emails help. We haven't even seen the files, right? But the right people have already seen the files. So yes, it did. So it's interesting. But also there's a timing issue, right? So I was reading somewhere, I gotta double check this, but I was reading somewhere where it would be best to do the takedown after the first of the year, because something about making sure Mikey J did not become, because Mikey J is not in the cabinet. So it would skip Vance, the Shady Pants, and go to Mikey J. So it was something about making sure, and we can check that, but it's like making sure Mikey J's out first before. Well, they got to prove treason, and that's what I think they're going for, is treason. Take down, shake down. Oh, that's in my head. All right, so what was the question? Oh, the 8. All righty. Next, let's see what you say. When we talk about the Scab 8 Democrats that caved and crossed the line in the Senate, did they do that so that the House would be forced to come back together and get the files? Did they come back together? Did they come back together to force the House back open? So the files, not the files, let's say the emails, because they had received the emails. They knew that the emails were there. Yeah. Okay. That's what people are missing. People are stuck on the files. Those emails are damning. Not because of children, but because of all the treason that is within those emails. They are damning. Nix is like, yup. Okay. So, did some of them force? Yeah, I forgot who's looking at the money. So, okay, let's correct this. So, is it likely that they will do the takedown after Johnson either boots out or he is removed? Are they going to do the takedown after Johnson is removed? Johnson is gone. Okay, that's the thing that needs to fall in place. That's one of the biggies that need to fall in place. He's got to be gone. Because a man who will take 6 months of work 6 weeks of money with no work. They work 20 days in a whole 11 months. All right, 10 months. Okay. So I think that's a wrap of that, right? Are they waiting on anything else besides Mikey J? Are they waiting on anything else besides Mikey J for the go ahead? All right, they are. Does it have anything to do with the money trail from the banks? Does it have anything to do with the money trail from the banks? No, there's something else. Does it have anything to do with the money trail to foreign governments or from foreign governments? Okay. Does it have anything to do with a money trail from EPS to people in government? Yes. That's part of it. Yeah? Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Okay, so they're trying to follow the money to the people in government. Isn't he finna try to go on recess again for like 3 days or something? MTG, did she subliminally accuse the orange man of being a traitor? Did she subliminally accuse the orange man of being a traitor? Yes. And she's like, A traitor is a person who cares. I was like, ooh, okay, subtweet. Give me 1 second, Alyssa, and then I'm gonna finish this. What did you just ask? And then we're gonna. Okay, so is MTG and probably her flip of the coin counterpart, are they working to get him out? Working to get Mikey J out ASAP. Are they working to get Mikey J out ASAP? Okay. It's not them. Is there anyone working to do a vote of confidence? Working to get enough people for the vote of confidence? No confidence. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So they're checking to make sure they got the numbers for the vote of no confidence before they bring it up. Okay. Y'all, that reading had 4 major arcana. Wait, did I finish it? I did, because the outcome was the 8 of Pentacles. That reading had... Am I missing a card? Wait a second. Am I missing a card? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Like, I'm trying to stick to a particular spread for the energy reads so that they go faster, which they were for a little bit. Let's see. Overarching, I did. Lesson to be learned. That's what I missed. I missed the lesson to be learned. Oh. Yeah, what happened? What happened? We'll stop by before school. Okay. Let me see something. I know it's out of order, but I still should be able to get it. I mean, I do have 6 cards on here, but 2 of them came out for that. So I feel like I do need to get the lesson. Okay. So the lesson learned is Knight of Pentacles. Whoop! And yeah, anxiety was on the bottom, but they still had a lesson that they needed to learn. And so the lesson that they're learning is to lean on their values, because in this case, Pentacles are representing the values, and to persevere, to go forward. Yeah. Okay. And the energy to that is, it's time to let go of what you thought this meant. You know, it's what a lot of us are doing. It's time to let go. It's time to move forward. You're still in the military. You're just not in the military for him. And what I like, oh my God, what I really, really like about this just now, hey, Venus. Yeah, that's what we were missing, was what they learned. Hold on. Yeah. 3 did come out, but I was just trying to go by the front. But what we also learned here is that they had some naivety. They thought they were naive. They thought it couldn't happen. So they had to learn that it could happen, and then bunk on the head, bunk on the head, bunk on the head. This is a new beginning. You're still a military member. In fact, you're even more of a patriotic military member if you help us rout out this cancer, you know? And so they're starting to understand, hey, Sandra, that the American will get rid of the traitor. You know, the American will get rid of traitors. And so what we got now is we have 5 major arcana. We have 2 knights. So this definitely represents them. And then we have that work, the truth. This was a great reading. I can't believe we missed one, but the goosebumps are, and it's all the way into my scalp. So the goosebumps are all about it. They are all about it. All right. So let's look at a... Hey, Ghost. All right. So, Ghost, before I get to you, I'm on Alyssa. Okay. We'll come back to these other questions, y'all. Hold on. Let me get Alyssa. Will I get the job I've been waiting to hear back from? All right. Will I get the job? Will I get the job? Alyssa, you didn't get your daily heart me. I'm going to break the rule for you just right now because you were patient while I do that. But I only read for people who are following me and got the daily heart me. Because, yeah. The money dumpster? Child. Hold on. The money that dumpster was sending. But he stopped sending. So now Ruski is pissy. Like, there's a man. All right. Let me get this. Let me get this. Well, Alyssa get the job. She's been waiting to hear. All right, you guys. So we're going to use our brand new friends. And they're pretty good. They are pretty good. So I think I can get rid of a light now because we're looking too bright. But I want you guys to see these because right now they are 25% off. But let me see if I can cut off one of these. Nope, wrong one. Oh, wait, can I cut off both? No, it's too dark. All right, I definitely can do that one. Yes. All right. Because I hate all this light in my face. Thank you. Will Alyssa get the job? She's been waiting to hear back. Will Alyssa get the job? She's been waiting to hear. All right, let's tell the truth. Will Alyssa get the job? Okay. Is there another one waiting? Okay. So, I just wanted to ask a follow-up real quick. So this job is showing a not now. But then I asked, is there another one waiting? And it's a yes. Okay. So this job is showing not now. And I picked that up before I actually did the cards as well. And so, I'm really suggesting that you keep looking. Yeah, keep looking because there's one around the corner. Let me see. The one around the corner feels temporary though. Yes. Okay. The one around the corner feels temporary. I was going to say, it feels like a ladder and I'm getting goosebumps as I was getting ready to say it. So, ooh, girl, congrats. Yeah, I don't even need to because I was going to say it feels like a ladder. So I think that would, is it the assistant job? Just because I'm curious. So I'm going to ask this question. But I only do one question, but I'm curious. Is it the assistant coach job? Will she be offered the assistant coach? It feels like it's right behind it. That's why I'm like, this one is a not now. If you notice, it's not a no. It's a not now. All right. Thank you, Shavonda, for your name. This is so is it the assistant job? Is it the assistant? Is it director? Okay. Do you have an opening for like athletic director? Or is there one open? Maybe check your online HR thing and see if there's an AD open. Check and see if there's an AD open. I don't know. I got like, okay. Timing, right? One thing I know is that people get moved when it's your turn. No, I'm telling you. Look, I saw it. So look for. Are you at a college or a high school? Okay. Look for director positionings. Something feels like around Christmas or something. Either somebody's not coming back. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody's not coming back or something like that. Hey, Teresa. So that's what it feels like. It feels like someone's not coming back. So I don't know if it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be at that school. That's what I'm saying. Check online and see. Check online. It feels like someone's not going to be returning after Christmas. Am I correct? Am I correct in my assessment of what I'm feeling? What is this feeling? Hold on. Am I correct in my... Oh, it's not you. You don't do that. You were just for politics. Am I correct in my assessment of what I'm feeling? The flame about a position becoming open after the holidays. Yeah, is it after the holidays? Am I correct in my assessment? Okay. I'm correct. Yeah, so like pregnant or something. Something is, I'm getting they're not coming back after the holidays, or they're leaving like pretty soon after coming back. But it's a nice yes. So keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes, ooh, and I'm getting goosebumps behind it, and that's usually my like super affirmative. So keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled, keep looking. And then the same people who interviewed you could put in a good word for you too. I can feel that happening. Yeah. Keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled and open. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, it's something, Amy. You know, I used to work in a high school, and sometimes people just don't return. And I know it's a cushy job, but sometimes people just don't return, or something happens. I mean, y'all, there's a major flu that's out, and it's going to be spread thanks to Thanksgiving. So that reminds me, I need to get some emergency because we're going out of town. Okay. But also look for like AD, like athletic director. All right. So who was my next person? Okay. So Shavonda, I'm doing a career change, waiting for an over the phone interview. Will I get the job? All right, so let's look at that. All right, so for anyone else looking to get a personal before we get back into our political, I got about 15 minutes. So this is my menu over here. So feel free to place your order, I guess. Oh man, we didn't hit our goal. That sucks. That sucks. So y'all just gonna bleed my energy and like not give back in return? That sucks. All right, let's try a smaller goal. They're only a penny. What is this feeling? So sudden, so new. Okay. I don't. Okay, wait. But you know, Alyssa, like, keep your eyes open. Shavonda, I'm doing a career change, waiting for an overcome. Okay. Shavonda is waiting on a phone interview. Will she be offered the job? Will Shavonda be offered the job? Something about negotiation. Will Shavonda be offered the job? Will she be offered the job? Something about a negotiation. I mean, honestly, it kind of feels like to me that you would turn it down. Let me see. Will Shavonda be offered the job? Will Shavonda be offered the job? It says yes, you can do this. Will she turn it down? Something about negotiation. Will they be willing to negotiate? What is this feeling? So sudden, so real. Will they be willing to negotiate? Okay, that's not the question. All right, so will she turn the job down? Wait, is there a better one waiting? That's the question. That doesn't count, right? No. Is there a better one waiting for her? Is there a better one? Is there a better one lined up? Do you have a better one lined up? That's interesting. So I was just saying in my head, will she have a choice between jobs? Which is interesting because this is what it is. I was just saying, like, will there be another one? And will she have a choice? And it says the choice is yours. So look out for a second one that may prove to be more of what you want, because for some reason I get a sense that either you're going to try to negotiate or you're going to turn it down. It's a weird one. The goal is the little ball thing up there, because we're doing Live Fest, so that's why my thing is entirely Live Fest, you know. So it's less than I actually charge, but we're trying to get these Live Fest things going. Oh, thank you, Lisa. So is she? Yeah. So just be on the lookout. There might be another one that pops up, and then you get a choice between them. So, what you mean? The timing. With the current events? I don't even know what the second one is about. I mean, I've seen the play, but I don't remember it. I know I hated the book. The book was a slog. And I read Harry Potter 5 in 24 hours. That book took me over a month. It was so poorly written. Okay. So, does that make sense to you, Shavonda? So it's saying yes, you'll get the offer, but there will be a choice for you to make, you know? And I think that's cool. It puts you in a power seat. So okay, well, everything is in good timing. You got to trust timing. Everything comes in good time. If there's one thing I know, that's one thing I know. Everything comes in good time. The rest of oh wow. 2025 has been an interesting year. It's been an interesting year. So everything's been interesting. By the way, for those of you, listen, I put the entire live up for the last 3 lives that we've done. I tried to clip out a few things. Like, for instance, I clipped out, oh my God. Do y'all know how much space I had to clear out of my computer for y'all? Not for me. So I've clipped a couple of things out of each one. So if you visit the Tubi place, you should be able to see it. I got the last 3 lives. I'm working on the 8-hour live. I got to see if I have space for the 8-hour live, and I'm gonna try to put that in. I'm gonna try to see if it'll come. But I got the Megan R. Kelly said what? So I put that little clip that we did with her when we read her energy for the next 6 weeks. And then I have, he called her Piggy, but what is he? AI, body double, stand-in, or the real one? So that is clipped out. So that's on the Tubi place. And then I also clipped out New Moon in Scorpio energy reading for the spiritual ones. So that big old reading we did 2 days ago, I clipped that out and I put that on Tubi Place. So there's also, but Tubi Place also has the full 3.5 hours for 2 of them, and almost 2 hours for the third one. Like I said, I'm working on the 8-hour one to see if that goes to my computer, and then I'm gonna upload that if it does. If not, I'll look to see if there's any more videos I can actually delete so that we can get that one. I'm trying to move them all before they disappear because there's so much value in them. Oh my God. Like, we've covered so much and they're starting to come true. And I don't have clips of them, you know, like us talking about the military. Like, we've been talking about that for a while. And it's like, oh, so it is moving. We've been talking about like how fast things will go. Well, look what just happened in the last week. We went from dragging our ass about these damn files to 24, few hours in less than a week. It moved from House to Senate in the same day. You know what I mean? So things are going as fast as we saw. And some of these things are so long, it's hard for me to find clips. So I'm putting the whole thing up if I can. Yep, girl. And today is the 21st. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. Are we going to get our heart event? I have no idea. But, oh, shoot. Okay. So I have 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and do, that's what 8 of Wands is? 8 of Wands is fast? Because we did get that a lot with it. You post them to, yeah. Because I want to click, you know, like, if I need more clients, they need to know what I can do. You know, so our lives have the political as well as the personal. So it's like, but now Tubi Place, I don't know if you've seen this, Amy, but now Tubi Place has something called clips. They just put it up like last month, I think, for everybody, I guess. So they have something called clips. And so if you put this big old thing up, they let you clip it. So now you can create several clips from your longer form videos. So I'm very happy about that because now I don't need to do Opus clips. Well, I mean, you got to do those other things if you want. I do have a Substack, but I don't have enough people yet to go live on Substack. I think I'm at like 4 people or 5 people. But I love the fact that they let you clip. Matter of fact, I might do either a video or something about it to show people. But it's on a computer, so you have to be on a computer to do clips. But I love that they added it. And it's Lean Into the Spirit. Like, that's literally my brand, is Lean Into the Spirit. It's just, this is the account that has the live capability. Lean Into the Spirit doesn't yet, because I have less than 100 people over there. Because I post mostly over here because it's political and stuff. And I need to get that up so I can do the lives over there, because in this one I really want to be doing the teaching about using your voice and how to use it. Like, I'm planning on this weekend, and I guess I got to put a live thing up. I'm planning on showing people how to use AI ethically, to create journals and workbooks like this one, like taking your stuff and actually turning it into something that you'll be proud of. So like this is one of the ones that I used to do that. In fact, I got AI to help me figure out what kind of cover I actually wanted. And then I went and created the cover. This isn't an AI cover. I created it. But I use AI for all kinds of things. So I was going to show people how to do it. Unlike people on here, people on here, some people, not everybody, some people are just gimmicky, they're just gimmicky. I'm not gimmicky. I'm about doing stuff that is like, oh, you don't need to see that. Somebody's address. You know what I mean? So like, this is one of the things I made with AI. Now I'm going to change the cover just because on a thumbnail, this is hard to read and the ADHD part needs to be bigger. So I'm going to redo this cover. But, I have a program that I use to create these puzzles, but it just gave me like the idea about it. Like what, help me come up with words for the categories and stuff like that. So this is my ADHD book. And they're fun to do. And because I'm a fellow neurodiverse person, I put a jot it down area because, like when you're finding puzzles, you get creative thoughts. And so it's like a jot it down. I don't do digital because I hate digital. I mean, I did a digital of this because it was frustrating me to fix the cover. So I was like, okay, I'll do a digital of that. But the problem with digital, and it's a lack mentality, so I think I'll try to work through it. But the problem with digital is like China steals all our stuff and then they reprint it and then they put it on like TikTok Shop and Temu. So they can undersell the prices of these things. They steal all our stuff. So I try not to create digital products because they steal. And and then on top of that, people are like in this thing of thinking they can resell your stuff because other people have created stuff for resale rights. I don't do that because I'm a real creative. So I like my stuff. So you can't resell my stuff. Like, no, you don't have multi-resale rights or whatever. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the transformation. So like I try to help people. See? So there is a little bit of a lack mentality, but I'm still satisfied with my work. I love my work. All right. So, I did create a digital version of the workbook that I did for content creators. For coaches to create content, because I used to say that I can't think of things to do for videos. Besides, like, politics is easy. Politics writes itself. But I mean, like, when it comes down to, like, say for my Lean Into the Spirit page, it's like, what am I supposed to do? I do all these readings on here. And so then I figured out, feeling overwhelmed. I figured out how to utilize AI in the strongest way possible to help me go through the things that I do and pull out the things that I can make content for. I have over 2 years worth of content to do. I just haven't done it yet. See, look, there's me. There's me. Creative. Miss Creativity. Queen of Creativity. Who's not doing anything with it. You're so good at the poetry though. What? All right. So, let me hurry up. We don't have any more personals, right? No. We don't have any more personal people. Okay. Yeah, y'all, please don't send roses. We're in Live Fest, so I need you to send Live Fest stuff if you're going to send anything. Roses and Live Fest are equal value. So it doesn't cost you more to do the Live Fest bounce ball. It's equal value to roses. So if you are thinking of doing an energetic exchange of like saying, thanks for being entertaining, please hit the ball. Please hit the ball. Because I'm not going to be the creator who goes to LA. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm trying to help out my agency. Like, trying to do my part. Because if I'm in an agency, I should at least be trying to do stuff. Even though I don't want to do a battle. They want us to do a battle again. I hate battles. All right. So let's get, hold on. We had so many to read. Oh, let's do Candace before I go. I've been wanting to do this girl because y'all white girls love this girl. And I don't know why y'all do. I don't know why y'all love Candace. People be sending me stuff that Candace says. I do not watch it. I do not like the chick at all. She is just not it for me. She's a sellout. So she can sell out to y'all. She's an absolute sellout. I don't give a shit what she thinks about Charlie. Okay, fine. She woke up, but she throws black people under the bus all the time. She's a freaking sellout. I don't like her. Period. Point blank. Don't send me shit that she says. And I don't think y'all will ever understand because nobody sells out white people. But she's a sellout. Okay? Women do sell out women. So y'all might understand on that level. But she's a sellout. All right. So, we got 4 of them done. So we got the military. We got whether or not he's going to be pardoned, which we got to know. We got remove the regime, which is going to be good. Just don't let those people bother you while you out there. Treat children like children. Tell them they can't be in grown folks' business. All right, Candace. Let's see what she got going on. Let's see what she got going on. Her vibes are way past off. And it's like, she is sincere about this Charlie stuff because she's literally Olivia Pope with Fitz. They had a thing going on. They definitely did. She's Sally Hemings with Thomas Jefferson. She's that, right? But I don't vibe with her. Like, did you hear what Candace says? No. And I will never. Unless y'all break it down. And at which point, I'm like, okay. He found out something. No shit. Like, thank you for catching up. And it's about, okay, we knew this a couple months ago when it happened. This is not new. Trust me, all the sleuths already knew what she knows. Okay. Whew. All right. So, interesting. She got temperance. So temperance is her foundation. This is how she's handling her grief. So this is her healing. This is her healing for herself. This is her healing. So the energy she's in is the foundation of who she is she's trying to heal this part of herself. This is how she's handling her grief. Okay. Okay. So what's her challenge then? What's the challenge? I'm not even going to tell you the visual I got reading that. It's a vivid entertainment. I was like, whoa, I don't want to see that. All right. Nope. All right. So what's the challenge? What's the challenge to her temperance energy? What's the challenge? What's the challenge? My kids are hitting me up for money, so I'm going to have to stop by the ATM. What's the challenge? Some of y'all too young to know what vivid entertainment is. You will now call it something hub. Something that is now blocked in Florida, or they're trying to block in Florida. What's the challenge? What is the challenge to her temperance energy? What is her challenge to her trying to find balance and healing? The hidden stuff, the secrets. The secrets is her challenge. So, yeah, so I guess she's stewing in obsession, right? Because she's obsessed about finding the answers, breaking the truth out of the secret. And I know, y'all, I'm coming in a second. And I see... Dang it, they took me off. Temperance got the 21 on it, right? But also these 4s look like 21. I think they're 4s or they're runes or something. But both of these cards have the same rune. Oh, wait. And they're also both a major arcana. So both of them have the same rune. You see that? The 4-looking rune and the 4-looking rune. And it looks like a 21. All right. So let me hurry up. My kids are knocking. Oh, and what's interesting is for the moon, I don't know which way it was, so I'm gonna assume it was upright. I'm gonna just assume it was upright. Is no, it wasn't. It was this way. So the energy underneath this right now is her grief, her loneliness, and her withdrawal. So basically, the obsession that she's going on to find all the answers. All right. So what's in the past? What's in the past? What's in the past? Let's see what comes out. Let's see what comes out. What's in Candace's past in regards to this reading that we're doing? What's in her past? What's in her past? What's in her past? Oh my God. That's interesting. What's in her past? I'm going to show you why I laughed in a second, because it's just glaring and standing out. What's in the past? What's in her past? Come on. I got 4 minutes. What's in her past? Talk to me. What is in her past? With regards to this reading, like specifically this reading, what's in her past? Oh, you're backwards. No wonder I'm not getting a good reading. What's in her past? Frustration, misuse of power. Okay, so sitting in her past is misuse of power, and she was misusing her power. Like, why the hell would she be, whatchamacallit, Macron is a man. Who the hell cares? Why is that your business? You know what I mean? But anyway, so what's her current energy now? What's the current energy that she is in? What is the energy? What is the energy? What is the overarching energy she's in right now? Hidden agenda. Yeah. What is the overarching energy she's in right now? Talk to me. Wait, yes? That's a lot. Give me one. Oh, that's crazy. So do I just take this one? Ew, this is weird. Oh my God, this is weird. So is the Page of Sword energy? Oh, that's weird. And Homeboy was like a page. So there's, because Homeboy would do the student thing, right? So there's dishonesty, manipulation, deceit, aggression. Hello, Derek. Oh man, that's interesting. And then trying to juggle it, and then trying to work diligently at finding out what's going on with him, attacking it with enthusiasm, and trying to break down the government, trying to break down what is hiding what happened to him. And that involves the risk taking. She is putting herself at a risk. Like, she is. That's how I know she's Sally Hemings, because she loved that man. Loved him. All right. So, what's the lesson to be learned? Is this her lesson to be learned? God, why are you giving so many cards for her? Oh, okay. Her lesson to be learned. Coming clean. Facing consequences. She is a problem for her, for sure. Now. Oh, and then focusing. She's focusing. She's learning. She's actually coming into her own values. Because there, you know, just like MTG, there's like a sincerity about her now. From the clip I have seen, and then this was on the split, the emotional maturity, the balanced emotions. This was her man. This was her man. He made her feel calm. He made her feel seen and loved. I don't know what this husband is that she has, but for her, it should have been Charlie. Okay, so lesson to be learned is that she's going to have to face consequences. the outcome, I'm still shuffling, but I just looked down and it gave me this. So the outcome is, I guess, release from whoever was paying her, basically. He's a handler. That would make sense. The Kool-Aid is running dry. Okay. So the outcome is she does have choices. She does have choices. That's an interesting outcome. That she does have choices. Having too many options can cause confusion. Stay in reality. Don't fantasize. She does have choices. She has choices. She has choices. And so the outcome is still unknown. I think they were friends first. And it's easy to fall in love with a friend. Love will make you look at a small baby teeth man and be like, I like you. I guess. Because when you start as friendship, it develops like better. But her outcome's not determined yet. She does have choices, and it's which one is she going to take. And I think, I do think going by what she learned, going by what she learned, or she's learning about coming clean, facing consequences, and what have you. She's got some daylight. She's going to choose to put daylight between her and them, those people she used to be with. Can it cost her life? It can. It can. I don't know. It absolutely can cost her, and she's willing to take that chance, you know? But she's putting daylight between her and them, and I honestly don't even feel like she has government aspirations in this moment. Maybe when she returns to her old ways, but right now I don't think she has government aspirations. Yeah, because right now she's just like, she's in grief. So she's in grief, and there's a transformation that's happening, but like I said, she's still in grief. She's in grief, and that's coloring different things. She doesn't have a direction. She doesn't know where to go. Yeah, I'm trying to remember Snake Eyes because I watched most Nick Cage movies, but I don't think I've seen that one. So basically the energy with Candace is she's a human being right now. She's not putting on, she's not doing any of that. She's literally grieving the love of her life. And she has some choices to make, and she's taking some risks about it, and she's, I don't know. It feels like, just like with MTG, she's living her purpose. She has now gotten aligned to her purpose. And her purpose is uncovering and enlightening people about what's going on. So it's wild. It's wild. All right, y'all. I'm off. Thank you. I'm coming. Bye.